It's 720 here, bring you part 53 of my live stream playthrough for Final Fantasy XIV. In the last part, we absolutely steamrolled through the entire Crystal Tower raid, which means we can continue on with the story. Let's try and not get tripped up by a chair, get ourselves done with A Realm Reborn. My goal today, of course, is to get into Heaven's Ward. I can finally bolster up this character a little bit more. So we're gonna get started. We're gonna get started good. Time to every purpose. The recent events weigh heavily on our minds. We must needs set them aside for now. We are come to a defining moment in Eorzean history. The grand commemoration of our joint defense of Ishgard, the first time in 15 long years that our people have stood side by side with our neighbors to the north to fight in common cause. This may mark the true rebirth of the Eorzean alliance. Failing that, it should at the very least serve to bring our nations closer together. We have every reason to raise our voices in celebration, do we not? We have bested Javanians and Ashians both. Against desperate odds, we have fought and won. But the Primal still plague us, and the Empire still plots our subjugation. And our triumphs, remarkable though they are, were bought at a terrible price. Brave adventurers and allies broken on the steps of faith. And before our eyes in this very room, our dear friend Monbrita. This is the victory we have wrought, and it is as bitter ashes in my mouth. I would sooner stay here and invite those with more appetite to enjoy the feast in my stead. Alas, it is a royal banquet, and all of our allies will be in attendance. It is our duty to present a united front that we might serve as a beacon of hope to all. Seems I have no choice but to take my own advice. Whoops. Don't mind me, I'm still kind of under the weather. By the way, I hope everyone had a happy Thanksgiving, those that celebrate it. To everyone else, I hope your day was kind to you. Hope everyone was safe. I instructed the others to meet us in Ul'dah that we might make our grand entrance together. Unfortunately, I had to settle for leaving Tataru and Lamin. A note. If they do not return quickly, they will have to settle for whatever leftovers I could smuggle out of the fragrant chamber. Off to the big soiree, hero. Raise a glass for me, eh? Or not. You don't look best pleased, lad. Something on your mind? By the Navigator, Wilred's dead? Gods damn it. You must know they've been rumbled. Sod it. 'Tis past time we had this talk. After our last conversation, I got to thinking about where certain funds were coming from. So I had to dig around on the quiet like, and sure enough, I found it. Seems a fair bit of coins made its way into the Braves' coffers, courtesy of a Dodo consortium. Oh man, my throat. Pardon me, people. Might have to try one of these knockoff cough drops that I accidentally bought. Quite the bitter pill. Oh yeah, it just tastes horrible. A daft name for a business if ever I heard one. which is what first gave me an inkling that something weren't right. So I went through the ledgers again and found another half-dozen donations from organizations with stupid bloody names. Didn't take long to find the common thread. All were owned by the Mirage Trust. I'll give the bastard credit. He showed us up for the amateurs we are. Short of calling one of his businesses the Bloody Bribery Consortium. I don't know what more he could have done to mock our rules on financial contributions. The gods only know how many men of the first and third had taken Telegi's coin. But now we know, as some of them are, I'd wager my right eye that they're the ones that what did for Wilred. God, he talks so off. Talks like the rogues. The earnest young fool had taken to asking the wrong kind of questions, bound to attract attention he was. Should have seen it at the time, but I didn't, gods damn me. So I don't see what Telegi hopes to accomplish. He hit his scheme with all the care of a drunk piston into the wind. Now he's clever in this, so we need to be clever too. That's the only way we'll ever repay this debt of blood. We'll purge every one of them traitorous bastards from our ranks. On that you have my word. Me word. But hero, mind yourself when you're in Oldai. We're heading into a storm. I can smell it. The kind that'll sleep a man overboard and drag him under before he knows it. These taste like crap, but they sure do work. Alright, so I need to go to the Royal Promenade. Chamber roll. We have been wow. We have been waiting for you, hero. The celebration is due to begin shortly. I had hoped that we might make our introductions together, but Mr. Smomoni just sent word that you are needed at the quicksand. Come, but not gone. We will go on ahead, hero. Pray join us once matters at the quicksand are resolved. Give my regards to Momodi, and let her know that I will call upon her anon. Convenient. I get split away from the group. It takes me damn near to the other side of the city. I appreciate you dropping in on such short notice, hero. I know you've got places to be, so I won't waste your time. You're friends with the Crystal Brave by the name of Alliane, aren't you? Former adventurer? Come to think of it, I'm pretty sure you recruited her yourself. Well, anyway, she came around for a meal not long ago. Before she left, she asked me to give you a message. Said if the others ended up dragging you to the feast, I was to see you got it before you made your grand entrance. Meet me at the station west of the Coffin and Coffer. There's something I must show you. Short message I'll grant you. She thought long and hard before picking those words. Barely touched her food, too. Under other circumstances, I'd have thought those signs of a troubled heart. But something tells me she ain't planning to confess her undying. More convenience. Getting pulled outside of the city. Oh, we're going pretty far from the coffin and coffer, shit. As you stand upon the platform, your thoughts begin to wander, when all too soon the ghosts of comrades lost and enemies slain begin to file by your mind's eye in solemn procession. Clearing your head, you scan the horizon to see no sign of Alianne. Oh, by the way, there's not going to be a whole lot of fighting in this part. It's going to be mostly cutscenes. It's going to be kind of slow, but it's going to be action-packed cutscenes, so please bear with it. Straining your ears to listen, you hear the chatter of Chichurn and the buzzing of syrphids, but no approaching footfall. Sighing, you bow your head, only to notice a vial laying at your feet. Hero, is that you? What brings you out this way? Hey, it's Laurentius. I wonder if he's in a turncoat. Lieutenant Alianne? Why no, I haven't seen her about. Had she come this way, I guarantee we would have crossed paths. I must have passed this spot a dozen times. We're to patrol the city's environs on account of the royal banquet. Captain's orders, you understand. Speaking of which, isn't it about to begin? Should be with the other honored guests, enjoying your well-deserved respite. Aye, pray return to Ul'dah, hero. If I chance to meet the lieutenant, I will tell her you were here. Yeah, something tells me he ain't right.
O Sultan Tree, hallowed spirit of my line. Through my weakness, the glorious house of Ul has all but disappeared beneath the sands. For want of the strength to raise it up again, it were better that it fall. Forgive me, but I know not what else to do.
Gotta go back to Momodi now. Oh, my inventory is getting gunked up again. That's another problem with this character being by itself. I need to decide what to keep and what to get rid of, material-wise and all that jazz. Oh boy. I reckon you'd head straight to the feast after meeting with Alien. What's the matter? No appetite? She wasn't there, but this was, eh? Let's see. Looks to me like an alchemist vial, but beyond that I can't say. Might be best if you hold on to it for safekeeping, though. Anyway, no use worrying about Alien. I'm sure she'll turn up before too long. And when she does, we'll soon find out what this was all made of. Besides, you've got more important things to think about. The Parting Glass. Would you believe that, while you were away, another message arrived for you? Well, one did. One delivered by the Sultana's handmaiden, no less. Seems her grace desires a private audience. Her handmaiden will meet you on the royal promenade and escort you to the Sultana's chambers. So what are you waiting for? Go on then, go! This is gonna be a rough and toughie.
You needn't trouble yourself so.
Your Grace is most kind, but it is no trouble to me, rather an honor. If your Grace is ready, I shall summon the Warrior of Light.
I am.
Looks like it's mostly old Dons celebrating.
Everyone looks to be in high spirits.
With good cause.
A common victory may serve to unite even the most unlikely of allies. You've brought us one step closer to a united Eorzea.
Your modesty knows no bounds, Antecedent. Were it not for your efforts, Sir Emmerich would never have become such a steadfast ally. When he convinces his countrymen to rejoin the Alliance, we shall all reap the benefits, military and economic. I tell you, we are on the cusp of a new era of unity and prosperity. Territorial disputes are all that divide us now. But I have faith that we will find an amicable solution in time. And failing that, I'll have my trusty Warrior of Light box the ears of all concerned. Speaking of whom...
He will be joining us shortly. A matter at the quicksand required his attention, but it did not sound serious.
They're already getting ready to send me out on another mission. Chamber of Roll. A lot of stairs. Thank you for coming, sir. Her Grace is most eager to speak with you. If you require a moment to compose yourself before your audience, you may have it. Or if you are ready, it would be my honor to escort you to Her Grace's chambers forthwith. Upon proceeding to the Sultana's bedchamber, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Yep, I'm ready. Don't you just love it when they give you fair warning before there's a huge amount of cutscenes showing up?
Enter.
Your Grace, your guest has arrived.
Pray, come in, and take your ease.
"'Tis well that the steps of faith held against the Horde.
And what of the city proper?
We sustained some few losses, but the heart of our nation yet beats with vigor. I am not certain I could say the same had we not received your most generous aid.
An attack on Ishgard is an attack on the realm. We stand together or fall divided.
Such noble words after the fact.
I had hoped to speak in the presence of Her Grace, but it seems she has been delayed. That being the case, now would seem as good a time as any. Honored friends, pray allow me to convey Ishgard's warmest gratitude for your part in the defense of our lands. "'Tis upon the success of this very alliance that my recommendation to throw open the gates of judgment shall be founded. With the blessing of the Archbishop, it is my hope that Ishgard will soon be reunited with her long-estranged sister nations, and that Eorzea shall once more be as one.
Ishtella seems nonplussed.
Very well.
Is aught amiss?
Nothing to worry about. I shall return anon. You wished a word, Yu Hase?
You may go.
Your Grace.
You must be curious as to the reason for this private audience. The matter I would discuss, however, will soon make apparent the need for discretion. I intend to abdicate the throne and dissolve the monarchy.
Completely stone cold.
You have seen for yourself the storm of turmoil that howls through our streets. The government fails in its responsibilities, and my subjects suffer the consequences of our incompetence. But I will see them suffer no longer. The victory feast shall provide the stage on which I declare the dissolution of the Sultanate. 'Tis mine intent that the ruling class of our golden city should take its place beside the common man in a fair and equitable republic. No more shall this nation bow to the whims of a privileged few. Yet, that which I propose will entail the tearing up of this city's very foundations. And even Roban, with all his strength and influence, will be hard-pressed to keep his footing on such treacherous ground. Thus would I ask you to lend him a steadying hand. You who have endured the wrath of innumerable foes are the one hero in whom I can place my trust. Will you do this thing for me?
I already am.
I am truly grateful. More grateful than I can well express. Much of my dread for the coming days has been quieted.
It starts. I shouldn't have been a white mage when I did the cutscene, so that way I could have assumed her.
Your Grace! Her Grace, the Sultana, is dead. Poison in her wine?
How do you know that?
You did this!
Spare us your denials! I see no other suspects, and the room has but the one entrance. I hereby accuse you of regicide. Men, arrest this viper.
Sir, barring a few exceptions, we have detained all those with allegiance to the Scions. The Rising Stones is also under our control.
And what do you hope to achieve with this mutiny?
Why, that which we have striven for all along, Commander. The salvation of Eorzea.
Divided and conquered.
What is the meaning of this?
Knights from the homeland. This cannot bode well.
Lord Commander, we have received an urgent message from the Holy See. I am grieved to report that your serpentine foes have resumed their assault. Needless to say, your presence is urgently required. These knights have come to bear you swiftly home to Ishgard.
A surprise attack?
We've had no such word from our men, and the timing is most fortuitous to catch us away from the city.
Most fortuitous indeed.
Lord Commander, we must away.
You have been a most gracious host. I hope that I might one day return the favor. Come, Lucia.
Of course, Thancred's chatting with the lass.
Whatever is going on in there? Ah, the ever-dutiful brass blades. I must apologize, but my dance card is rather full. Another time, perhaps?
Thancred, of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. You stand accused of committing acts of espionage in service to the Garlean Empire.
Espionage? What in the seven hells are you talking about? Ah, if you're referring to that business with the Ultima weapon, then you must understand, I wasn't myself.
Huh.
Under interrogation, an Imperial prisoner revealed your involvement in numerous dealings with the enemy. We've also been investigating reports that you are a practitioner of forbidden arts. You'd best come along with us.
You invite me to your party and now you want me to leave? I do so detest receiving mixed signals. Come then. I believe I've lost my appetite for this farce of a celebration.
Oh, he's the first one to see combat.
You go too far, Lord Adeleji. By what right do you march armed soldiers into a royal banquet and eject state visitors without her grace's consent? You treat the brass blades as your personal army and show contempt for the throne with your every act. Leave us, now.
Is that an order, General? Mayhap you have mistaken me for one of your flames. You will find I am not so slavishly obedient. As you lecture me on personal armies. As for your outrageous claim that I have shown contempt for the throne, let all here observe that it was not I who feasted while an assassin removed its occupant. I expect this is your idea of defending the nation, is it? This and diluting our forces through these distractions in Cartano and Kurthis. I do begin to see how the ranks of the Immortal Flames came to be riddled with Garlean sympathizers. You are plainly unfit for command.
Wait, goddamn you. Your words make no sense. What assassin?
You mean to say you don't know? We caught the vaunted champion of the Scions in her Grace's private chambers, not moments after the deed was done.
No, this cannot be!
Save your breath. You will need it to plead your case. You and your entire order are to be tried for this atrocity.
Well, that makes a muck of things.
Bring in the prisoner!
Ow. At least I'm dressed nicely.
This man stands accused of poisoning Her Royal Majesty Nanamo Ul Namo, and as suspected accessories to the crime, all members of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn will be detained for questioning.
There's Laurentius.
This is madness!
What a pity. Who'd have thought your tale would end like this?
Should you demand further proof, a vial with traces of the substance used to poison Her Grace was found upon the assassin's person.
How very convenient.
You would speak of convenience? Who persuaded Her Grace to host this celebration? A diversion which presented you and your confederates ample opportunity to commit the crime, and a crowd within which to fade from view. A more convenient occasion I could scarcely imagine.
How dare you! After all we have done for Uldar!
Hold your tongue, witch! I'll not be ensorcelled! I know all about the dark gift that you and your disciples wield. Oh, yes. I've observed how you worked upon the minds of the Alliance leaders, bending them to your will. And what of your cordial relationship with Sir Emmerich? For years, Ishgard abjured all contact with the outside world, and now the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights treats you with the familiarity of a childhood friend. I'll tell you what I think. I think this desperate defense of Ishgard was but a ruse to deceive us into dividing our forces. Your next move will be to charm your Kurthan allies into invading our lands. Now that is truly ridiculous.
How do you even think of this stuff?
She cannot be dead. Stand aside, Ilbert. I want to see the Sultana.
Spare yourself the pain, brother. I saw her with my own eyes. For a mercy, the poison took her swiftly. Her handmaiden can attest to that.
This cannot be. Nanamo. No!
Takes a little thing to topple a big guy.
Plainly, the Royalists can no longer be relied upon to keep our nation safe. And so it falls to the monitorists of the Syndicate to govern Uldar. But should you wish to help us, General, we would be more than happy to entrust the task of planning Her Grace's funeral to you.
Oh, what an ass.
It seems only right that you should bury your precious Sultana, and we will be glad to be rid of that burden.
I'll bet you will. You more than any man.
Whatever do you mean?
I mean you had her killed, you black-hearted bastard!
What rot! Though I did have sufficient motive, 'tis true. That young lady caused me no end of grief. She always was a most unwilling puppet. I dare say Her Grace was grateful that someone thought to cut her strings.
You keep pushing him.
Would mock her, then mock her from hell!
What?
Yeah, right. He had to split. So should y'all. Time for the rage.
Have you lost your mind, General? It is forbidden to draw steel in the royal chambers, much less slaughter our fellow syndicate members. You're one of them. You've been in league with the Scions all along.
You're next, you scheming bastard!
Oh, Raban! Seven hells!
Admiral, we must leave.
Ah!
If they were real leaders, they should have stuck it out. Resolved the issue right then and there.
How unlike you, old friend. I did not expect to take your arm so easily.
Take the Scions into custody. They have conspired to commit regicide. And arrest this traitor as well.
Ilbert, I hope you choke on their coin.
'Tis better than the dirt I've supped on these long years. We can't all abandon Alamigo and become great war heroes as you have. You are not the man you once were, Raban. Since that girl strapped the yoke around your neck, you've become docile. She took the mad bull and cut off his balls, and a bull that cannot rot is fit for naught but slaughter.
Phew, what an ass.
Shall I tell you who really killed your precious Sultana? It was me.
You die! I never doubted you, not for a moment. But there is more to this than I yet understand. Flee this place. Clear your names. Find out who is behind this plot. It is the only way. Now go!
Getting further divided. Yeah, that doesn't look good. For Raban.
Ah, there you are.
Thancred, where have you been?
Avoiding the fumbling advances of some very persistent admirers. When I realized the celebrations had turned sour, it seemed prudent to slip away and take stock of the situation.
Smart
It would
move.
appear that much of the city is already under tight guard. It occurs to me that expanding the Brass Blade's authority may not have been such a wonderful idea after all.
The success of this plan was contingent upon those thugs having the run of the place. Just how long has this scheme been in motion?
A while.
The careful preparations, the maneuvering of forces. I am inclined to agree with the General's insistence that a deeper plot exists here.
So, would I be right in thinking we now have an excuse to pummel as many brass blades as we like?
Unless you plan on pummeling them all, I'm not sure that will greatly aid our cause.
The Sultana's assassination was but one part of the scheme. We too were its targets. And though we did not share Pornonimo's fate, we are yet hobbled by the charges laid at our door. Where now might we seek refuge?
Where indeed, we may safely assume that our foe has thought to have the Rising Stones watched.
Forgive me for stating the obvious, but our choice of destination will matter little if we cannot secure an escape route out of Ulda. Happily, I believe I can provide one. Papashan once told me about the passages hidden in the walls of the palace. If I recall correctly, the fireplace in Animo's chambers conceals the entrance to a tunnel. It should lead outside the city and allow us to avoid any messy confrontations.
Yes, let's keep talking very loudly in an echoing chamber. Should have already been heading. Yes, that's your hand, Ida.
The rest of you, go on ahead. I'll handle this lot.
By yourself? I suppose I shall just have to join you.
Crystal Braves too, huh? Now this should be interesting.
Ida! Papalimo!
We will hold our pursuers here. Hurry, now! Find this tunnel of Thancred's.
Bit by bit.
Minfilia, we cannot linger.
A very quick / instantaneous recall spell would be pretty cool right about now. Why is it that the potatoes have to be super evil in this storyline?
Now look what you've done.
I think you did much worse to him.
Ida, are you all right? There are just too many of them.
I'm fine. I could do this all day. How about you?
Nearing the end of my tether.
This is so stupid. We're the scions of the Seventh Dawn. The ones who stand between this realm and the evil that's trying to destroy it.
And if you think we'll leave the stewardship of Eorzea to the likes of your masters, then you're sorely mistaken.
Sorry I dragged you into this, Popolimo.
'Tis hardly the first time, and I'll be damned if it will be the last.
Hey, it's time to do a conjoined limit break.
Let them have it, Ida!
I was hoping you'd say that.
Too bad that attacks a single target. Well, judging from the encounters, it's single target. I guess for cutscenes or for NPCs, they get special AoE single target attacks.
I never knew such a watercourse existed beneath Uldar.
The architecture is of the Sildine style, if I'm not mistaken. The ancients plainly foresaw the need for a ready means of escape.
This way!
Well, that didn't take long. It seems these tunnels were not as secret as I'd hoped.
You two, go on ahead. Thancred and I will deal with this.
What do you mean to do?
Only that which is required to ensure that the dawn's light survive to brighten the morrow.
And then there were two.
Fear not, antecedent. You haven't seen the last of these fair features.
My friends.
Leave us!
If I'm the vaunted warrior of light, I should have been able to take this army down.
What is the plan, milady? Shall I take the dozen on the left and you the dozen on the right? The odds are not exactly stacked in our favor.
Numbers will count for little when I bring the tunnel down upon their heads. Though I cannot say I relish the thought of being entombed with you for all eternity.
You wound me. I will have you know that many a maid would kill for the chance to spend forever at my side. Now, may I have the last dance?
Nice. Oh, he took an arrow to the knee.
Well, this is going splendidly. Now would be a good time, milady!
'Tis done. Forgive me, Mitra.
Farewell, Nymphalia.
Eidolon, she speaks to me. No. I must remain behind, but you cannot stay with me. Please, you must go on. You are the warrior of light. You are hope for the Scions and for all the realm. As long as your flame continues to burn, the light of the dawn may ever be relit. You must escape and save Eorzea from those who would plunge it into darkness. 'Tis the only way.
And I'm last man standing. I am now cheese. Hey. God, you look like an owl.
I am glad to see you safe, my friend. What of the others? Damn that man! Taleji played me for a fool! I thought the Crystal Brave's mine till the very moment I felt the blade at my back.
Was that your neck, exactly?
There will be ample time for soul-searching later. For now, we must put some arms between us and Ul'dah.
Hey, it's my buddy.
Well, would you look who it is? Need a ride? I doubt it'll be half as exciting as the last trip we took. Not if I have anything to say about it anyway.
You're not gonna get your booze stolen this time.
Let's not dawdle, eh? All aboard!
So 2 Scions survive. You can see a bunch of torches.
I was stocking up on supplies over in Vesper Bay, you see, when your sister come up and begged a favour. Said her brother was having some trouble down in Ul'dah, and likely needed a helping hand getting away. Thinking them ruins would make a fine hiding place, I decided to try there first. And lo and behold, there you were.
Convenient.
Aye, and judging by them soldiers as were pouring out of the city, I arrived not a moment too soon.
Very convenient.
Must have been fate that we happened to find you there, though, eh?
I had thought to look out for Alize. but would appear she was the one watching over me. I've made such a mess of things.
It's time for Mopano.
And who might you be, young sir?
Pippin Taropin, Vice Marshal of the Immortal Flames. I had been on the Alamegan front these past few moons, but an urgent communication called me back to Uldar. Scarce had my boots touched the cobbles, though, when the streets erupted with cries of assassination. I immediately went in search of answers, and came across Master Alfino here. Needless to say, I did not think his imprisonment justified. The blame plainly lies with the Monitarists. Their greed and corruption are well known to me, but for them to take advantage of the situation with such alacrity...
Was that Pippin, you said? Ain't that the name of General Alden's lad?
Yes, I am his son. Adopted, of course. 'Twas only as we were leaving Uldar that I learned of father's fate. Once I have seen you a safe distance away, I mean to return to the city and extricate him from this madness.
Then you needn't travel no further than Blackbrush. Our fugitives have a friend waiting for them there.
Huh.
I dreamed of bringing about Eorzea's salvation, but in the end, 'twas I who needed saving.
Them soldiers will keep us searching for a while yet. Reckon we'll take the carriage back towards Ul'dah and get the lay of the land. Maybe provide a distraction if need be. You three wait here. Help will be along shortly. Stay strong, friends. The real fight's to come. Yeah, I'll be fighting for 2. Alright, let's go. Looks like I might have control of my character again. Yay! I just don't know who I'd be picking up as a compatriot. The most unassuming folk can prove to be our greatest allies. The fellow was but a passing merchant, yet he lent his aid without a moment's hesitation, or any hint of concern for his own safety. And I can well imagine how a man could feel inspired to risk all in your presence. Father spoke often of you, hero, and long have I looked forward to our first meeting. Needless to say, this is not at all how I envisioned it. Master Alphino, you must not give in to despair. That would only play into our enemy's hands. As long as you and Hero are free, we may still set things right. Forgive me, Marshal Tarapin, but Alphino, my boy, sorry to keep you waiting. Oh, Sid. Sid, what are you doing here? Pulling you out of the fire as usual. Your merchant friend told me everything. Truly, then he is no merchant but an angel in peddler's clothing. But tell us, how do you intend to bear our friends to safety? I hid the Enterprise but a short distance away. All I need is a destination. We must find a place beyond the reach of both the Monitarists and the Crystal Braves. Kurthus. Ishgard will not suffer the intrusion of foreign forces in their territory. That settles it. With me, everyone. Not I fear. I must remain here. I dare not abandon Ul'dah to the Monitarists and their cronies. You may be certain that they will seek to defame you, both here and in the other city-states. But know that I shall do my utmost to thwart their every effort. Frankly, I did not expect it to be much of a challenge. The small folk will not turn so easily on the Warrior of Light and his allies, no matter what the Marauders claim. I need another one of these halls. Jeez. No name halls. These are off-brand. Marshal Tarapanite. I know not what to say. Ha! Now that father would labor to believe. But enough talk. You must go, Master Alphino. Your airship awaits. Up, up! There's no rest for the righteous. Engage! We should make for Camp Dragonhead and speak with Lord Hoshafont. Mayhap, he will know what to do. We're almost there. Master Alphino told me your tale, hero. It warms my heart that you should turn to me before all others, and I shall endeavor to deserve your trust. Alas, the situation here has grown more complicated in your absence. 'Twould be best if I explained it full. Before the dawn. Whoa! 10,000 gil, I like it.
There has been word from the capital. Ishgard has weathered another assault, and 'tis said several wyverns broke through into the city proper. The temple knights succeeded in slaying the beasts, but the intrusion prompted orders to further strengthen the guard, and to place the city under a perpetual state of alert. How keenly we feel the loss of our wards at the gates of judgment. Yet we must not bemoan our misfortune. Sir Emmerich is safely returned from Ul'dah, and once more leads the defense of Ishgard. As for the matter of your asylum, I am afraid no progress will be made until the threat to our nation is diminished. But do not despair. You are not without allies. You are more than welcome to shelter here for as long as you wish. Pray, think of it as a new headquarters of sorts. The Falling Snows, or some such. All frivolity aside, any who come here in search of you will receive no aid from House Fortom. For once, the Ishgardian reputation for inhospitality shall work in our favor.
Oh yeah.
Agents of Uldar will find their every inquiry dismissed, and their every request for entry rebuffed, until such time as their masters have acknowledged your innocence. You once fought to preserve the honor of my dear friend. 'Tis a blessing that I may now repay that debt in kind. But let us dwell no more on this. Pray, join the rest of your companions. 'Tis bitterly cold this day. I suspect there are those who might welcome the warmth your presence brings.
Wonder who survived. I'm gonna go around. Greetings, sir. Shall I show you inside? Upon proceeding to the intercessory, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Yeah. Give me the coin and set us up. I didn't see that 18,000 pop up. Hey, Tataru. Alphino, hero. Is it really you? I'm so happy that you're all... Sorry, I can't cry on command. Tried contacting Minfilia and the others, but no one would respond. And then the Crystal Braves, our own people, turned on us in the marketplace. Philemon told me to run, and so I did. I ran until my lungs burned and my feet ached, but I lost my way, and then... Fortunately, I had observed some of the Braves behaving suspiciously beforehand. Oh yes, my mask. It was lost in the struggle. Pretty, isn't she? Anyway, after Yugiri found me, we traveled to Vesper Bay and met up with Oriange. When we told him what had happened, he used his magics to weave a glamour around the Waking Sands. From the outside, our old headquarters now looks like an abandoned storehouse. The transformation didn't take long either. Apparently Oriange started making preparations after the Imperial attack, just in case the Empire ever chose to pay us another visit. Good thinking, eh? Sorry, where was I? Oh yes, so we waited there at the Waking Sands, hoping others would come, but no one else did. The people are searching for the other Scions even as we speak, but we have met with no successes yet. I'd hope that you might be able to suggest further places to look. But you should know, the Rising Stones did not share the Waking Sands' good fortune. Only Crystal Braves await you there. Be that as it may, we have yet cause to hope, do we not? If the two of you escaped, it is not impossible that the others could have done so as well. It may have been forsaken by men and women believed true, but rest assured that the people of Doma yet stand with you. We welcome this opportunity to repay our debts, and shall continue our efforts to locate the others and see the Scions restored to their rightful place of honor. So we got Yugiri, Tataru back, me,
'Tis all
Alphino.
my doing. I believed myself the only one who truly understood Eorzea's woes. And look what that arrogance has wrought. I gave commands, influenced governments with my certainty. I treated the Crystal Braves, and even the Scions themselves, as pawns in my great scheme to save the realm. But in my headlong rush into imagined glory, I paid no heed to the ground upon which I trod. The salvation of Eorzea. What was it that I hoped to achieve? Did I believe that I could rid the realm of every danger and difficulty? That I could defeat the Empire and the Ascians, and find homes for every refugee? Oh, yes. I was so very clever. Become a guardian of Eorzea, I implored, and sat back to watch my perfect army cleanse the land of chaos. It was all but a means to feed my own vanity. Only when all is lost do I finally realize the truth.
Oh, Alfino.
Nice drink-carrying skills there, Hashifon.
So, Master Alfino, are you content to remain a broken blade? Is there no flame hot enough to reforge you?
Nice
what of
reference.
the fine companions who yet stand at your side? I dare say the fires of their determination will soon have you slicing the air again with your customary wit.
I hardly deserve such friendship. And besides, where are we to go?
Technically go to the Waking Sands, even though it isn't enemy territory.
Alfino, if I may? Should this place not serve our purpose, then we shall go to Ishgard. Minfilia told me many times, as long as we stand fast against despair, the beacon of hope will never be lost to sight. Be it in the snow or in the clouds, we few will see that the dawn's light shines again.
You are right, Tataru. Thank you. And thank you for your kind words, Lord Orchefon. 'Tis true that Eorzea yet has her guardians. The Scions have achieved much, and 'twould be remiss of me to discard it all in a fit of self-pity. Let us then resume our journey, together, one step at a time.
This might be the credits. Yeah. Am I able to skip this? Nope. Oh, no. I can't skip it? Crap. Let me see if I can skip it. It's good music, and it is good to make sure these people are recognized, but at the same time, it's a lot of stuff.
Shining is the land's light of justice. Ever flows the land's
I'm not seeing any ability to split. Maybe if I did that to speed it up. We had to get to this eventually, but technically we got through the slowest portion of Final Fantasy XIV. thankfully this was pared down a bit, because this would have been a lot longer if it was the original Realm Reborn. We'll be getting into Heaven's Ward. Heaven's Ward will be an extremely interesting experience. And the game, for the most part, going ahead is also going to be a pretty good experience. This game has kept me enthralled for a decade now, so and it still keeps going strong. It'd be nice if that was the crescendo telling us that this is pretty much done. But I don't think that is the case. Oh wait, no, never mind. Carry on, credits.
All has been arranged as you desired, my lord.
Telegi Adeleji is done, but that was Lolorito. Well, he's still alive. Now Brialis is no more. The ardor was not his to invoke. His demise was his own making. Nevertheless, it concerns me. They have extinguished that which should rightly be eternal. Mayhap he was not wholly mistaken. Greater haste may be warranted. We are of one mind. The northern lands, then? The earth is fertile, and the seeds well sown. By my will they shall reap salvation unlike any the world has known. By his will. By his will. I have answered thy summons, emissary. Speak and make thine intent known. I would speak of fate, Archon. Yours, mine, the fate of this very star.
Thou thinkest sanctuary lieth beyond. Delusion, despair, death. Thou shalt find naught else here.
Well, it's a good thing that no one else can see the little guy. To preserve the dawn's light, the heroes journeyed north. Their hearts filled with hope and eyes fixed heaven's ward. My left arm. Ugh. The names of some of these trophies. Coming to Ishgard. They have to get into there proper.
The dawn's light will shine again. So long as we have these specious accusations hanging over us, we will struggle to achieve anything. You must go to Ishgard, as Tataru proposed. I will return to Uldar and set things right.
Pray, do not be so hasty, Master Alphino.
Lord Orchiffon.
Full well do I understand your desire to clear your names. But now is not the time for drastic action. You yet have allies upon whom you can rely. There is no need to act alone.
Yes. Yes, of course. Pray forgive my impatience.
I bring tidings. Count Edmont has decreed that the three of you be taken in as wards of House Fortan. Under our patronage, you shall be granted access to the city proper. Pray, consider our manor your new headquarters, from which you may gather information and plan how best to proceed. Needless to say, should any of your missing allies be found, as I am certain they shall, they will of course be welcome to join you there.
You are more than generous, my friend. On behalf of my fellows, I humbly accept your offer of hospitality.
The Count is a good man, and just. He will treat you with the kindness and respect that a hero and dear friend deserves.
Cool.
To Ishgard, then. Together. There we shall carry on the Scion's legacy. There we shall begin anew.
Here, here!
I must go on ahead and speak with the Count. Fear not, however, for everything has been arranged. The sentries at the gates of judgment have been informed of our decision. You need but state your names, and they will allow you to pass. My manservant shall be waiting for you at the city gates, ready to escort you to our manor, where we shall meet again. Until then... let's get our tails to Ishgard! Get a new set of areas to unlock. Got an invite to something, which is weird. Wards of House Fortemps. Ah yes, you may pass. We are proceeding to Ishgard.
And so they came, at a friend's behest. Heroes once celebrated as saviors of Eorzea, brought low through treachery, their names blackened with royal blood. With memories of the lost and dreams of redemption, with hope yet in their hearts, they came.
I don't know why, but I got a huge, like, vibe for Blood Omen when they had the narrative
To Ishgard, shining city on the mount, overlooking the dominion of Kurthus. A great and proud nation, devoted to Halone, the Fury, ruled by Thordan VII, Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. The last bastion of the faith, her walls ever bristling with the sworn swords and spears of her 4 high houses. A land that after 1,000 years of war had forgotten what it was to be at peace. Through gates long closed, the warrior of light and his companions passed, entering at last a city whose history was written in blood. In the midst of the Dragonsong War they came, 3 weary travelers whose arrival would set in motion great change. Though none knew then how great.
Oh, yes! Heaven's Ward! I'm just so happy that we actually made it into this now. Greetings, Master Hero. On behalf of House Fortemps, I bid you welcome to Ishgard. My lord humbly requests your presence at his residence in the Pillars. If you all would come with me... I might actually have to end this at the 2-hour mark, because my voice is fading fast. First things first, though, we're going to go ahead and grab all these. Alright. Yeah, we'll go this way first. Go pick this one up. Then we'll cut back. We can unlock a few more, whatchamacallits, some new, jobs in here, too. There's 3 more jobs I can join up. The Dark Knight, the Astrologian, and the Machinist. Oops. Oh, they were up there. I probably should pick that up. Let the clan hunt begin. Well, 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 what have we here? You look like you've seen a scrap or two. The name's Atian, and I'm a proud member of Clan Centurio, the toughest band of warriors this side of the steppes. You'll have heard of the hunt, right? The Grand Company's running in the rest of Eorzea, but up here it's the clan's concern. We follow the same system, but we're free to pick our own marks. Reckon you've got the speed, the strength, and the heart to take down some of the most ferocious fiends this side of the Seventh Hell? You think you're up to the challenge, head downstairs and have a word with Adralane. They'll fill you in on the details. Good day to you, young master. How can I be of service? Oh ho, so you fancy trying your hand at the hunt, do you? Well, if Atian reckons you're up to it, it isn't for an old man like me to say elsewise. Me and him are members of Clan Centurio, a ragtag band of glory hunters, mercenaries and has-beens brought together by Ser Ladast, one of Ishgard's most noble of nobles. Whenever a monster grows too big for its boots, we're the ones who risk our necks to take it down. Doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. As long as you can wield a weapon and you don't fear death, you'll always be welcome in the clan. Take me, for instance. I was born 1,000 miles from here, but now I'm the one showing the new recruits the ropes. So how about it, young master? Will you be joining us in the hunt? If the fame and the glory is not enough for you, perhaps the rich rewards on offer might change your mind. And welcome to the clan. What was your name again? Hero, is it? Alright then, I'll put your name in the book. Now I suppose you'll be wanting to take a look at some of our marks. Head up those stairs and out the door. The clan hunt board is on the wall outside, round to the left. Better stick to the level 1 marks for the nonce. No point running before you can walk. The clan hunt board is covered in bills showing the details of wanted monsters. Follow Ardalane's advice to pick any level 1 clan mark bill that takes your fancy. As a new member of Clan Centurio, you are permitted to take bills for level 1 clan marks from the clan hunt board. Defeat the monsters described in the bills and you will be rewarded with Centurio seals, which can be exchanged for exclusive items. To exchange Centurio seals or to learn more about the hunt, speak with Ardalane and the Forgotten Knight. Do I have a 56 class somewhere? Paladin's 54. There has to be an exit. There it is. Kind of dark for me. Alright, we got the broom. Forgive me, I'm not very well versed in the way that the, Ishgard is set up. Alright, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like more of those. every new town hub, you should always get yourself acquainted with the Aetherite network. That way you can get ported around easily. Two more left. The Jeweled Crozier. Alright, this should be the last Aethernet shard. Yep. You've attuned yourself to all the Aethernet shards in Ishgard. The gates of judgment are now accessible as an Aethernet destination. Yay. The Warrior of Light and his brave companions walk in the streets of Ishgard at last. What a glorious sight! I cannot tell you how long I have waited for this day. Allow me to present you my family home, Fortemps Manor. I should like nothing more than to show you around, but everyone is gathered to receive you. Come, my friends, introductions must be made.
My lord, I have returned with the Scions.
I hope your journey was not too taxing. I, Count Edmond de Fortemps, do bid you welcome. As wards of House Fortemps, you shall be afforded every courtesy. My home is your home.
My companions and I are deeply honored, Count Fortemps.
The honor is mine, Master Alphino. Consider it an expression of our gratitude for your service to Ishgard.
Forgive me, my lord, but are you not concerned? To accept foreign guests at such a juncture, especially ones with our reputation.
Do not worry yourself on my account. 'Tis true that Ishgard's first thought has ever been the war effort, hence the closing of our borders, yet it is in troubled times most of all that men should seek allies. Don't you think? Granted, my decision will have raised eyebrows in the vault and in the halls of the other high houses. But so long as you continue with your altruistic endeavors, I doubt my honored peers will feel moved to voice their concerns.
Then there is naught to fear. Though our numbers are much reduced, we are no less determined to carry on our work.
Full glad am I to hear it. But before you return to your labors, why not take a tour of the city?
Done it.
You would do well, I think, to acquaint yourselves with your new surroundings. After all, you may be here for some time.
Taking in the sights. Oh, it's a lot worse than mine. Get silver pieces. Our friends in House Fort Tom have been generous enough to extend us their protection. We must take care not to impose too much on their hospitality. It is only proper that we learn about our new home, so that we might become more self-sufficient. It'll take a while to learn the lay of the land, but learn it we must. Then there's the markets and taverns. We'll need to know where to shop and where to hear small talk. It would seem a tour of the city is indeed in order. Thank you for your counsel, my lord. My companions and I shall, of course, do as you suggest. Very good, and my manservant shall accompany you. You will be able to answer any questions you might have. Ah, but I grow forgetful in my dotage. There is something I must give you ere we part. Their documentation is in order, I trust. Yes, my lord. Those documents identify you as wards of House Forton. Given that our borders have remained closed for decades, many of my countrymen are unaccustomed to treating with foreigners. Should anyone happen to question your presence here, it may prove necessary to remind them that you remain under the protection of House Forton. But let us hope it shall not come to that. Rest assured that we shall do our utmost to avoid any situation which might compel us to invoke your name. Hero, Tataru, the city awaits. Let's go. As this is your first time in our fair city, pray permit me to show you to the Hopland, from whence we may gaze upon the splendor of the Holy Vault. Though all other sights pale in comparison, 'tis only meet that you see it first. Ah, another one of these. I shall then show you around the jeweled crozier, where you find purchased all manner of goods and services, before descending to Foundation's Aetherite Plaza, if there are no questions. Alright. The Hoplon, so named for the bronze great shield borne by our nation's patron deity, is the largest plaza in Ishgard. The magnificent cathedral to the north is, of course, the Holy Vault. The vault is both Ishgard's seat of government and the residence of the Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. Begging your pardon, the statues to the south, are they perchance Thornton's famed Knights 12? Very good, Master Alphino. They are the fathers of Ishgard, the brave knights who joined with King Thornton I to put down Nidhogg and found this great nation. Ours is a city rich in history and tradition. There is much you can learn by exploring the pillars, time permitting, of course. Now then, if you would follow me to the Jeweled Crozier, I shall introduce you to Mistress Elias, our master of the markets. Elise, I think is what her name is. Well, you're clearly not locals or traveling peddlers, which makes you all... Ah, words of House Fortom. How very interesting. Count Edmont has granted us leave to remain in Ishgard for as long as we wish, which may be some time. Accordingly, we will have need of sundry goods, hence our desire to make your acquaintance. That is, of course, assuming you are content to accept the custom of foreigners, should you be uncomfortable. Young sir, we do not discriminate in matters of money. If you have coin to spend, who are we to refuse it? Weapons, armor, accoutrements, medicine, materials, whatever you desire, can be found in the crozier. Our merchants will be more than happy to accommodate you, as you shall soon see. Our next destination is the Aetherite Plaza and Foundation, if everyone is ready. There's something I want to show off right fast. This billboard sign right here, the shield with the sword stuck in it and the tickets, I want one of these for housing. They don't have it yet. I want one. Badly. It'd be awesome to have. Well, thought I could hop over that. I guess not. The only thing that kind of bugs me about Ishgard is the fact that it does not have a free company chest. Wait. Does it have an innkeep? Because if it has an innkeep, then it has a company chest. It does have an inn. I was wrong. All these years. Who'd have thunk it? And here we have Foundation's Aetherite Plaza. If you have yet to attune to the Aetherite, it would be wise to do so now. I don't need these. The better half. As for our next destination, perhaps we should decide together. What else can be found nearby? The Skysteel Manufactory stands to the west. There our engineers conceive and manufacture weapons for use against the dragons. The holy stables, where chocobos are trained for war, also lie in that direction. To the north and east can be found the congregation of our knights most heavenly, while to the south and east, well, it would be best if you avoided that area. And why is that? I fear our knights may not be able to ensure your safety in the lowest levels, Master Alphino. Hold your nose when you pass the brim, little lord. A delicate flower like you is like to wilt in our fumes. You misjudge me, sir, for I am no lord but a humble traveler. You look blind, almost. Well, come to see the sights, have you? Take a turn down the Hoplon and gawp at the statues. Well, if you've in mind to learn how the better half live, come and have a drink at the Forgotten Knight, if your nursemaid will let you. My humblest apologies, Master Alphino. Pray pay that drunkard lout no mind. Oh, but I must. It would not do to refuse such a heartfelt invitation. Yes, I simply must see this Forgotten Knight for myself. So you see the wisdom in this hero. There are a few sources of information more abundant than a bustling local hostelry. I don't expect to hear any news of our missing comrades just yet. Nevertheless, I can say what we might learn of recent events. And I'm coming too. Alright. My voice is shot. I made my promise. We got the Heavens Ward. I'll be excited to get back on this and carry this forward. The story's gonna get nuts! Alright, so where do I go for the end? I never did the end here. Is it this? Nope. Merchant and Mender. Innkeep. Fine evenings to you, sir. How may I assist you? Yes, sir. Very good, sir. Right this way, if you please, sir. Whoa. This one's like the best looking one out of the bunch. Ah, you suck! You really don't have one! Damn it! Oh wow, we're right on the cusp of hitting 54 as well. Anyways, I'm sorry, but my voice is shot. I gotta leave this here. We did it, folks. We're in Heaven's Ward. We just barely scratched it in, but we're there. Thank you all for watching. This has been part 53 of my live stream playthrough for Final Fantasy XIV. If you liked it, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, all y'all in the future that's watching this, by hitting that like button. If you're not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe. Keep up the content. Comment down below, tell me what you think about the game and my gameplay, and no spoilers, please. And I'll see you in the next video. Catch you then. Later. Oof, man, that voice is really shot.